8 to 10 days. That's how long DepEd gave schools to fit grading, NSET, oral sessions, parent-teacher conferences, and wellness breaks combined. Teachers have already asked whether that's realistic. Let's break down exactly what's packed into the end of term block and in what order it's supposed to happen. The grading, the NSET, the oral, the parent-teachers conferences, wellness breaks, all inside a 8 to 10 day window. So here's the framework. This is all sits inside. Under RA 11480, the school year runs no more than 220 class days, starting no earlier than the first Monday of June and ending no later than the last day of August the following year. Inside that window, DepEd's three-term calendar splits every term into three parts. The opening block for orientation and baseline assessments. The instructional block, the longest stretch that is reserved almost entirely for teaching. No interruption during the instructional block. And the end of term block, which is an 8 to 10 days for everything that is not direct instruction. The whole point is to protect the instructional block from getting interrupted. The question is, was it really protected from interruption? Non-teaching activities got moved, not eliminated. If you are planning your own calendar around the term exam breakdown, I posted covers that what happens right before this block. That is on the coverage of the term examination. Check out that video too and subscribe if these breakdowns are useful for your planning. Just click the link at the top on the video on the discussion on the term examination and what's actually included in the term examination. So, what actually happens in those 8 to 10 days in the end of term block? DepEd laid out 4 models the schools can adopt, and this is model A.1. A half-day block running 7 a.m. to 9 a.m., which is for the computation of grades and accomplishment of forms. Then from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. is the oral program, the academic recovery and accessible learning program. And then from 10 a.m. onwards in the afternoon, this is where the school-initiated activities will happen. The school-initiated programs, the enter-school competitions, the division level eliminations, the advanced training for regional level participations. So this is what happens during the week number 1. Supposedly, on this model, on the week 1, day 1 to day 5 is where the intra-school or enter-school academic sports and cultural competitions will happen. So this is supposedly where the municipal meet, the district meet, the school-initiated assemblies for learners will happen. And the week number 2, this is where the distribution of report cards, the NSET for teachers on day 7 and day 8, and the wellness break for both the learners and teachers, day 9 to day 10. So check the exact times on your screen for your own planning if you're going to use Model A.1. Now we have here Model A.2, the extended version of the same structure, wherein the 8 to 10 is allocated for the ARAL program. The 10 to 12 p.m. is for the computation of grades and the accomplishment of the school forms. So in this model, the learners, uh, the ARAL program recipients will be taught early in the morning for 2 hours. Afterwards, there will be the computation of grades. Then in the afternoon, the week number 1, is the school-initiated programs, the initiated assemblies for learners, the intra-school, the district meet, municipal meet, and other sports or cultural and academic competitions that is happening on the district and municipal level, including the division level eliminations, the advanced regional training, and selection of activities for national participation. And same for the week 2. This is where the distribution of report cards, the NSET during day 7 and day 8 for teachers. During day 7, this is the start of the wellness break for learners up to day 10. So there are 4 days for the wellness break for learners, and the last 2 days is the wellness break for teachers. So that is model A.2. We have also model B.1. So in this model, the ARAL program is conducted 1 hour only from 7 to 8 a.m. So most probably this is for shifting schedules for those large schools. Then 8 a.m. onwards is the computation of grades for day 1 to day 2. So there is a bigger time from 8 a.m. for almost for 2 days for the computation of grades and the completion of the school forms. So that on the day 3, for 8 a.m. for the whole day of day 3, day 4, and day 5, well, the school-initiated programs, the school-initiated assemblies for learners will happen, including the intra-school academic, sports and cultural competitions, the division level eliminations, the advanced regional training and selection, and activities for the national participation. And on week 2, almost the same with the previous models, day 6, day 7, and 8 is the NSET for teachers. The day 6 is for the distribution of report cards. Day 9 is for the wellness break for both the teachers and the learners. So it's only that the ARAL program is happening an earlier period of time. Then we have model B.2, wherein the ARAL program starts at 9 a.m. to 10. So this is for the shifting, where the schools starts the second shift, probably 9 to 3 p.m., wherein the 8 to 3 p.m., so that's the B.1, and here this is the second shift, that's for 9 a.m. So 9 to 10, this is the oral program. Then 10 a.m. onwards was the computation of grades for day 1 and day 2. Then the day 3 to day 5, 10 a.m. onwards is the school-initiated programs, the school-initiated learners assemblies, the sports, academic and cultural competitions between the schools, probably the district and municipal sports competitions. The division level eliminations like the mathematics, science, and the division festival of talents and the advanced regional training and selection activities. The same thing happened for model B2 on the week number 2. Distribution of report cards on day 6, the NSET for teachers on day 7 and 8, and wellness break for teachers and learners day 9 and day 10. So in short, there are 4 options. The 2-time windows, 2 different ways of sequencing grading against oral and other activities. So that depends on the context of your school and the context of your division. Which of these 4 models are you going to implement? And here's a practical piece for school heads specifically. This is a sample monitoring tool. The tracking for both the learner and the teacher activities day by day across the full end of term block. So this particular sample of monitoring tool is built around the model 8.1, but the structure adapts to whichever model your school will be adapting. So it's worth pulling this into your own planning docs before the end of term blocks starts, not during it. So for day 1, so we have monitoring for the RL program and the computation of grades. Same with day 2, day 3, day 4, and day 5. So that's on monitoring on the conduct of oral program and the computation of grades and the completion of school forms. This is based on the model 8.1. Then for day 6, so we have now the oral program in the morning, and in the afternoon is the co-curricular activities, which probably you will conduct the distribution of the performance report to parents. So that's the card and the portfolio. Then day 7 to day 8, of course, the start of the wellness break for the learners up to day 10. But this is the end set for teachers for day 7 and day 8. And day 9 and 10 is for the wellness break of both the learners and the teachers. But for the learners, mayroong nakalagay dito na guided asynchronous activities on learning experiences from the term. So, anong ibig sabihin yan? So, probably the teachers will give some activities, some guided activities on the learning experiences from the term. So these are just reflection questions that can be given by the teachers to the learners for them to answer. Just reflection activities on what are the learning experiences that they get from term number 1. So that's a sample monitoring tool. Now, let's make it concrete. So here is a term 1, an actual end of term block looks like on the calendar. So September 2, that's the first end of term. It's the first day on the end of term block that will runs from September 2. Then we have September 3, September 4, and September 5 and 6 is a weekend. Then September 7 and September 8 is Monday and Tuesday respectively. So for September 2, this is what is happening in some contexts. In September 2, there are teachers who will undergo the RL program and computation of grades. There are also teachers who are competing on the division competitions, teachers and learners, starting September 2, wherein there are division competitions, there are district competitions, area level competitions, municipal competitions on science, math, DFOT, sports activities, and press conference on the municipal, district, area up to the division level. So that's happening from September 2, September 3 to September 4. Some will go up to September 7 to September 8. There are also some school and district level activities that were conducted actually prior to the end of term block, but they were conducted and held during the holidays and weekends. So this is where some issues arises, because we are protecting the instructional block, but some of the activities were held during holidays, during weekends like Saturdays and Sundays, because uh, there is some problem with the implementation of this instructional block. To protect the instructional block, we use some schools, some districts use the holidays and weekends, which is supposedly the time for relaxation, the time for recharging for the teachers and learners. But they have been used for some school and district level activities, because the end of term block was utilized for the division competitions. So wala nang preparations dahil gaganapin naman yung mga activities on this specific date only. Ang nangyayari for the next week for September 9, so probably most of it, dito na mangyayari yung portfolio day, the homeroom, PTA, SPTA induction program at saka General Assembly. Mangyayari siya on September 9, 2026. And alongside the next day, September 10 and 11, it's a start of the wellness break for the learners, and it is also the NSET for our teachers. So, the 10-day block challenge, ito yung insights natin. So, hindi talaga kaya and not realistic na lahat ng district, municipal, area level, division level ng mga contest ay mangyari lang dito sa end of term block. Kaya some of the district, the municipal, the area level competitions ay nangyari bago ang end of term block during the weekends and holidays. So although bago itong DepEd order na to on the 3-term calendar, pero meron tayong problem because hindi talaga kayang i-fit lahat ng ito in just 10 days in the end of term block. However, we are continuously asking and adjusting. We genuinely like to hear your thoughts and your comments with regards to how are we going to implement this 3-term calendar in that is more relaxed, more there's more time for the preparations for the division level, because of the short time, so there is little time for the learners and teachers to prepare for the different activities. So the DepEd's position is to protect the instructional time, which is a good It's a good way so that there is more instruction, there's focus on content. However, nasasacrifice naman ang wellness, well-being ng mga teachers and learners pag ginagamit ang holidays and weekends. So, if we are planning now your end of term block, so just know the sequence, ano? We start with the grading, then the aral program, then the NSET, the different activities, then the wellness break. So, medyo tight pa rin ang schedule. Katapos ng wellness break, babalik na tayo for the term 2. Okay? So, speaking of managing yung packed schedule, so the same goes for managing our finances during a demanding term. If you're looking for a digital savings account, check Maribank. Use my referral code in the description. So currently, Maribank is offering a 3.75% per annum credited daily. No maintaining balance. So daily yung interest, makikita mo yung pag-interest ng mga savings mo. Link and referral code MP179614 is in the description. Just check the current promo terms and eligibility before signing up. So if this helped you plan around the new calendar, so subscribe. I've got more DepEd orders, breakdowns coming. So just follow, like, and share this video if this helped you. So thank you so much for listening. We would like to hear your comments, your suggestions on how are we going to continuously improve the implementation of the DepEd 3-term calendar. Thank you so much and mabuhay po tayong lahat.